Indeed, an aircraft deploying to somewhere in the Middle East can easily be shot at over a friendly country. So, rolling now, the Airbus A400M, the Atlas. There you see that performance, 70-degree angle of bank, straight into a right-hand turn after takeoff. And the aircraft will now be going left and returning towards the display line. And for such a big aircraft, such a very impressive power-to-weight ratio there, literally hanging on those rotating propellers. The propellers being driven by a quartet of Europrop International TP400 D6 turboprops of 11,000 shaft horsepower each. Prototype A400M took to the air on the 11th of December 2009, and nowadays the testing continues in parallel with the entry into service. The first production delivery of an A400M was to the French Air Force in 2013, the Turkish Air Force, the RAF, the German Luftwaffe and the Royal Malaysian Air Force have also taken delivery. Gentle 70-degree angle of bank return there. This aircraft capable of 90 degrees angle of bank once loaded and 120 degrees of bank during a wing over. It really will do things that a large aircraft just wasn't supposed to do. Its capabilities being expanded all the time, as Mark says, this year as part of the test program for the first time, because the A400M can also be used as a tanker. One of these aircraft from the test fleet has refueled a pair of fast jets in the shape of Spanish Air Force Hornets undercarriage down now for this pass. As with any Airbus product, the production effort is a multinational one. The major assemblies are flown to a final assembly plant in Seville aboard the very distinctive outsized A300 Beluga freighters. Britain makes the outer wing box and flaps courtesy of the Airbus facility at Filton in Bristol. It's an aircraft with impressive carrying capacity. We saw the Swiss Air Force Cougar displaying earlier on. It could carry one of those in its hold, or indeed an N890 like that of the Belgian Air Component on show in the static. It can take 2 Lynx, 2 Apaches, for example. All very impressive.
First opportunity to see it at 90 degrees angle of bank. At the end of this pass, it will pull up into a 120-degree bank wing over.
Yes, the crew will be getting up to around 250 to 280 knots at 500 feet, nose up to 45 to 50 degrees, and at the top, that very impressive 120-degree wing over. As you can see, it can just manoeuvre with apparent abandon, can't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, thanks to its fly-by-wire, enormous flight control surfaces, and a wonderful flight control computer. But this isn't just for air shows. This has tactical applications as well. That manoeuvrability will enable it to fly through valleys to deliver special forces by day and night, and also in the event of being bounced by fighters, it gives it the opportunity to survive and prevent the fighters from getting a firing solution upon it.
Yes, all the best airlifters have had a good degree of agility. The Hercules was no exception. Even the venerable old C-47, the Dakota, could, in the right circumstances, be really manoeuvred quite an agile fashion.
Yeah, absolutely. And going back 50 years with the Vulcan, even the bomber aircraft of that size would give the Lightning a run for its money.
Indeed. Well, now coming in for a short field approach, we'll see reverse pitch being applied on the 4 TP400s. The aircraft in the hands of a crew from Airbus Defence and Space, captained by British test pilot Anthony Flynn and his co-pilot for the displays this weekend, Eduardo Curiel Formo.
Large aircraft that size going backwards under its own speed.
You go and see the Atlas C1 from Brian in the static park. It's open for visitors this weekend, and I'm sure that many of you have had the first chance to go aboard one of these mightily imposing aeroplanes. The RIAT air mobility fleet really has undergone a significant renewal.
Yeah, significant steps as well. If we were talking about this 5 years ago, we'd be talking about Project Future Rise. But Future Rise is now, we now have a world-class deployment facility, the hub for global operations for the Royal Air Force, the Army and the Navy.
So they're completing its sequence. The Airbus A400M